Pride in Surrey haven't stood still. I think it's safe to say that, in fact, we're probably running at full speed and thinking about the possibilities of not only, obviously, Pride on the road, but the future. How important is it to kind of just take a step back from times and actually just appreciate what you've done rather than continuing to do more?
It's vital, because I think without that time to reflect on what you've done, what you've achieved, you don't see what you've actually done. And then I think if you take that step back, it will then give you the time to breathe, to see where you are, sort of regroup yourself, and think, yeah, this is where I'm going, and then have more strength to go forward.
Definitely, yeah. I suppose I'm a victim of my own success sometimes. I kind of look at things and go, gotta do this, gotta do this. And then there are times where you literally just have to step back. And it's that kind of mentality of, I need to start every single day with an empty cup and then fill it with the problems or challenges or tasks, and then empty that cup out again, ready for the next morning. And if you're struggling with that, there are lots of techniques online. And of course, we'll be able to share some techniques with you on our website. Head over to prideinsurrey.org/not alone. Right, so today's subject matter is something that is very close to my heart. We're talking about body positivity, things that potentially might, affect your mental well-being, but also things that may also impact your physical well-being. For me, I was a larger guy for many years, and I still am significantly larger than many others. But for a long time, I was very conscious of that. I wouldn't go swimming, or I wouldn't wear shorts, and I would worry about what people thought. And it wasn't until somebody said to me, you're never going to see these people again. Get it out of your head that these people are going to all come at you in all directions and pin you down and tell you that you're this, you're that, because actually they're not. They're going about their everyday business. And I went and faced my fear of swimming baths. It was about 3 years ago with somebody, and they said, just stand here in your shorts. Now, I tell you what, it was the most terrifying experience. I was so worried that somebody was going to come over, point at me, make a comment about my flabby bits. But you know what? They went about their own business. And I was like, right, okay, I'm going to do it again. And I went back again, shaking in fear, the changing rooms, the anxiety. Oh my gosh, I've got some stretch marks. Men shouldn't have stretch marks, worrying and all these doubts in my head. Stood there, nobody said a thing. And I just had to build that momentum up. And now I don't care what people think. What worries me is everybody else now. But even if you did have that one comment in the grand scheme of things, the world and the people that did go about their business to say nothing, have a think about that as well. Vix, body positivity is something. Yeah, go on, tell us what you think.
I think that's such a good thing to remind people of, because actually other people don't care about us, how we look, nearly as much as we imagine they do. And most people are so busy with their own lives and their own self-absorption with their own selves that they literally don't care, don't worry about people they walk past on the street. So that's something to remind ourselves, I think.
Yeah, I mean, it's always going to be something that niggles in the back of my head, and I'm not going to say it goes away, because it never does, and I've lost a significant amount of weight. But when I lose weight, what happens? The stretch marks become a little bit more visible, because that's just the way it goes. But the one thing I would say is, what you see on social media is an elevation of a problem that isn't as as big as it may sound, and I think that fuels it sometimes. So when you go online and you see these things posted, and it's like, oh, you're a horrible person, you're fat, this, blah blah blah. Of course, those things are going to blow out of control and go viral, and it makes those small things as small stones being thrown in a massive pond seem like a massive boulder being dropped in a sink. Vix.
I think it's social media is a big problem because it's also written in black and white, and that does have a different impact. And I think even though the majority of people who say these things are nothing to us, they're strangers. I think the fact that someone's bothered to write it in black and white can have quite a significant effect. And I know personally there's times when I won't use social media. I will take a step back because for my own health, I think it's really important to be able to have a break from seeing a lot of negativity.
Vix, what's your view on dating apps? Because I haven't been on one for ages, and I know that you haven't either. But they can be quite damaging, can't they?
They can be, and you find an absolute mix of people. I've had men pretending to be women because they think they can cure lesbians. I've had, some very inappropriate messages from people, but on the flip side, I've met the love of my life on a dating app. So, I think there's a lot of things with dating apps that you need to make sure you're in control of your information. You need to make sure you're safe when you meet people online, that people know where you are. You need to put those sort of precautions in place. And for me, I'm always honest. I'd never say I'm skinny on there. You don't want to build people up for something that's not you. But equally, you'll always put the photos that make you, that are the flattering ones, that make you look really smiley and really happy. And I think I curled my hair in my photo on there or something, but you do make an effort, I suppose.
So many people use filters as well. You've only got to look at some of these profile pictures to see that filters are used, the makeup's used. I mean, I haven't got any makeup on today, but there are times where I will do a live stream and I'll have a filter on, or I'll have a bit of makeup on to make myself feel a bit more positive and upbeat. But I'm never ever going to wake up next to Charlie, my partner, looking like that, because you don't wear makeup to bed. So,
I don't wear makeup very, very rarely because I don't have the dexterity and the hand-eye coordination to do it. I don't use filters just because I'm not technologically advanced enough. I'm pretty much very comfortable with this is me. And I'm not worried about, there's days when I don't look good, but for me, I'm more confident in myself now that I'm not so worried by those.
Yeah, well, actually, forget body shaming, it's body blaming, right? So have you ever missed out at home on an opportunity, put it down to someone's perceptions around your body? Well, I most definitely did for many years. Or have you pulled out of an exciting activity that you really would have loved to have done, but decided not to pursue it, or maybe even pursue a relationship because you felt that your body was holding you back? It might well be in here. It could be that you're pinning the blame on your body when actually it's the fear or some other fears that may be holding you back. So try taking your body out of the equation and taking a look at what other factors that could play in your favor. Maybe you're a singer and you've always wanted to go up and do some karaoke, and you know that you're a great singer, but you're always worried about your body. Don't focus on your body, focus on your voice. Golden, right? One of the best ways to boost your body confidence is through that acceptance. So if you can face a mirror every day, maybe, and say a few great words about yourself, maybe that's one step in the right direction of accepting yourself.
I put a quote up on my mirror, and I'm trying to think what it says. It's something like objects in this mirror may be distorted by socially constructed ideas of beauty. And that's what I have on my mirror to remind me that what the world says is beautiful isn't necessarily what I consider beautiful. I consider a person with a lovely smile and a nice character who's, passionate. It's the person that makes them beautiful, not necessarily the outside, but the character.
That's it, exactly. I mean, you know, you could be an absolute diamond, absolutely stunning and beautiful, but you might have a personality of a goldfish as well. So, I mean, you know, you've got to think about that as well. It's beauty's in the eye of the beholder, isn't it? That's what they say.
It is, and I think when it comes to yourself, I think there's take things about, write down things that you are good at. Like, I am great at beaming a smile at someone. I am great at listening. I am great at finding the funny in really dire situations. Um, you know, some things that you are good at, and think, actually these things far outweigh whatever this looks like, whatever this looks like. It's me that people respond to. It's not my body that people respond to. And if people are just responding to your body, they're not the sort of people that you probably want to be around long term.
Quite right. No, very, very, very true indeed. It's it's really difficult, isn't it? Because, you know, we do live in a very cosmetic world where people love to have shiny new things, a new car every 3 years, or, you know, some nice new pillows on your or something on your bed, you know. But at the same time, strip that all back. Does that really make us happy?
I think the people around us make us, is one of the most satisfying things, to have good people around you, good friends.
Yeah, surround yourself with positivity.
Yeah, I think that makes a huge difference.
Now, obviously, Vix, we have to recognise that there are a number of illnesses and things that potentially may affect the way that somebody looks, and of course, that may be kind of a physical disease such as psoriasis, for instance.
Yeah.
And there are things like genital psoriasis that would have a significant impact on the impact of sex and intimacy with partners. What advice would you give to somebody that potentially is kind of feeling a little bit isolated at the moment, not necessarily knowing where to go? I mean, I will bring you into context in terms of the charities and things that are available shortly, but what would your advice be to those types of individuals?
I would say, first of all, if there's a medical issue, see if there's treatment available, if there's creams, if there's things that you can do that might make you feel a bit better about how you are. I think to recognize that you are more than just one thing of your body. You are your character, your smile, your whole persona is much more than the one part of your body, or the issue that you have. And I would say, get to know people rather than going out and hooking up straight away. For me, it was about getting to know someone as a person, starting to trust them, and then there's a mutual respect, and people aren't put off by whatever weirdnesses are about your body. So, for example, I have something called lymphedema, which makes one of my legs absolutely giant. But and that's a massive issue for me at times, because I'm very conscious of it, and you feel self-conscious when there's other people around. But if you have that respect from someone, they're not going to care about one issue. You know, that's just going to be, that's just part of you. So for me, it's about building that relationship and getting respect and trust there, prior to the sex part.
Yeah, most definitely. Don't be scared to reach out to friends, family. Once you are receiving relevant medical treatment, doctors have seen it all before. They are there to support you and not to judge. So that's the first step. Go and get that support from a GP and a specialist. Don't be afraid to talk to somebody that you're close with, potentially, that you could share this situation with. but also just make sure that you realize that there is no perfect time to sell, to tell somebody that you're dating that you have psoriasis. Like Vic said, get to know that person, let them get to know how amazing you are, and also remember that you're not alone. And I know that that sounds like a bit of a cliche considering where we are, but you aren't. You're not alone. There are thousands of people all around the world that have numerous ailments, diseases, etc., that potentially would affect their thought process when it comes to a relationship. But don't let that build a barrier, because actually you will find somebody that will love you, respect you, hold you, and want to be with you. Just don't go out and hunt down that person. They will find you. And sometimes it can be very, very hard to not just kind of get into this whirlwind of, I need to find a partner now, somebody that accepts me. Slow down. Respect yourself, love yourself, because if you can't love yourself, like RuPaul said, how are you going to be loving anybody else? So love yourself first. And also remember, like I said, you're not alone. Vix, obviously, there's the psoriasis helpline. You can find out more information on that. Just go to psoriasis.org. And if you click on the links through the Life with Psoriasis, there is actually a relationship section that talks about sex and getting to know people with psoriasis too. And it's really important. See if there's a group of people that are like-minded to you, and mingle, talk, share experiences. And again, don't be scared to talk to somebody that you're close with and share your experiences too.
Definitely.
So Vix, any top tips? Obviously you talked about your mirror. I do a thing where I talk to myself in the mirror, or I film myself, or I even just listen to my own voice because I've got the face for radio. But is there anything that you do on a daily or regular basis that potentially might help people?
I think for me, it's so I've grown up in a family that has valued you on what your body looks like. So for me, I had to step back and go, actually, my value is far more than what I look like, what I achieve, or any of those things. So I think learning to place value on yourself just for being yourself is really, really important. It takes time. It's not easy, but I think until you can work out that you have a place in the world, that you should take up space, you should take up air, all those things. You should be part of this world, and what you look like, what you achieve, and all those things are secondary to you being in part of this world. And I think that's something, certainly becoming disabled physically has taught me that I can no longer place my worth on my output or on my body because it fails me. So for me, I'm just worthy of being in the world. I have value. My place in the world is great. I'm part of it. And if I manage to achieve work or anything else as well, that's just a bonus. Everything else is a bonus. But that's not where my worth is. My worth is in being, in living, in breathing.
Oh, wow. Well, all you've got to do is just download that little snippet there and play that before bed, and that will make you feel really inspired and motivated. I was almost brought to tears then. Thanks very much, Vix. But you're quite right in what you say. Everybody deserves to be. That is it. You deserve to be. You're not alone. There are people that are out there that are in the same situation or similar situations. There are people out there that are in far worse situations. Just remember, there are people that you can talk to. There are people that will always love you for who you are, and they are out there. There's loads of fish in the sea, and there's definitely one for you. So don't give up, but also don't go out there chasing. You don't want a fishing rod or two. You just want to be yourself, love yourself, and that person will swim into your life very, very soon.
For me, it was about getting to know who I was, being happy with who I was, and then my biggest aim before I met my partner was to make friends, to build a community of people that I felt really comfortable with, and from that, my partner came along. But I think build yourself a base of good friendships, good people, good community around you, and then the ups and downs of relationships you can ride out with your friends by your side. Because if you haven't built those friendships and worked on them first, you put too much into a relationship and that other person can never fulfill everything that you want and you need.
Couldn't put it much better than myself. I don't think I've got anything else to say. I'm speechless. I came with one idea in my head. We've talked about a lot of things, and I really do hope that it's helped you at home, if you're touched by any of these things. But do remember as well that there are a number of charities out there that you can talk to, and there are of course people that we can connect you with. And again, I'll say it, you are not alone. Text talk to 88440. That's talk and your message to 88440. We'll reply. If there's a specific charity that you're looking for, we'll find the information and send it and beam it across to you via text message so that you've got it there. Text are charged at a national rate, which is a standard message, and you should ask the permission from the bill payer before you send the text. That's the legal bit done. Any closing words then, other than mwah, 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 mwah. I love you, you should love yourself?
Yeah, I think find your tribe, find your people, connect with people who are like you. So if you have a certain issue, like you have a disfigurement or a limb difference, find people that you can connect with that will be able to support you and help you, and you can build good friendships with. Put value in yourself as a person, that you are enough just being, and live your life well. Don't worry about people who hate. That they have their own problems. You need to enjoy your life.
And if you're watching, don't let the door kick your bum on the way out. No, well, thank you so much, Vix, for sharing that with us. And I know, as always, it's a pleasure. But it's nice to be able to give back. And actually, even now sitting here, I actually told people about something that has affected me for many years. But then me telling some people out there, it might help them. So, yeah. At the same time, I'm absolutely dreading it the next time that I see people, and potentially I might get questions. But at the same, it's kind of this, and you get hooked up in, oh my gosh, what is somebody going to think? Oh, shall I edit it out? No, I'm just going to leave it in there. Just be yourself.
I think people are being inspired more by hearing stories like that than they are going to necessarily judge that, because actually there's more people that want that boost to be able to go and do something similar for themselves than people that want to hate.
Well, I was going to surprise you, Vix. I was going to turn on the camera and just be standing there naked, but I didn't think anybody would want to watch that. But hey ho, if you do need to see that and want to see that, it's £5 an hour. And I'm only joking. Well, thanks so much for tuning in to Not Alone Live. We've got lots more coming up for you this evening.
Pride on the Road, 8th and 9th of August 2020. Whoop whoop! We're coming to tour Surrey.
That's all you need to know. Find out more information at prideinsurrey.org/on the road. Until next time, bye. From Surrey to Scotland, so many of you auditioned for Pride Stars Home Edition. Absolutely incredible talent. Commiserations to all of you that didn't get through. My favourite was the little kid that done Freddie Mercury, I Want to Break Free, but unfortunately you didn't meet the age criteria. But fear not, you never know, in the future you might be seen on a Pride Stars stage. Good luck. Anyway, for those that got through, well done and congratulations. Now it's your chance to spread the word and tell everybody that you are on the live show on YouTube. Those that are tuned in, make sure that you download the Pride Stars app and get involved. Choose your favourite, because you never know, they may win. There's lots of prizes to be had, and well, it could be anybody's. The talent is absolutely incredible. Good luck. Remember, pridestars.com, and of course, come and check us out at Pride in Surrey as well, because we're thrilled to be part of this amazing edition that is Pride Stars Home Edition. I'm sure you'll agree that this evening's show has been absolutely fantastic thus far, but we've still got the best bit to come. Molly and Jana will be joined by Misa Simpson. We're going to be talking about fitness. It's absolutely incredible, and you do not want to go anywhere. Remember, you are not alone. You can text 88440. That's talk to 88440 now if you need to talk to somebody.
Hello everybody, hello, good afternoon, evening, good day, whatever you want it to be. This is Jana and Molly here, and today we have someone here with us, someone who will motivate you to exercise. She will make you want to sweat. She will tell you it's not all about appearance, it's about feeling good physically and mentally. Mother of 2 and an LGBTQ plus ally and an amazing friend. It's Misha, you will love her and her fitness tips. Whatever you do not ask her to cook for you. She likes to eat, she does not like to cook. Hello everybody, hi, it's Jana here, it's Molly, and there's Misha. Hi. How did you like your little introduction?
Oh, beautiful, thank you very much for that, that was fantastic and very true.
Oh, well there you go, I'm glad I got it spot on, I got something right, so here we go. Tonight we've got Misha here, and Molly's going to tell us what we're doing.
Yeah, absolutely, so we're going to have a chat, we're going to talk about exercise and how it's good for our mental health, body image and being body conscious, motivation, what motivates us, advantages of the gym, how to work out at home, and the effects of lockdown and what they've had on all of us.
Absolutely, and we're going to talk to you, lovely people, with this wonderful, amazing creature, Misha. So Misha, do you want to tell everyone how we met? Because I think it's quite an interesting story, isn't it?
It is a quite interesting story. I'd like to tell you that. So we met obviously in one of my classes. Jana came to my class. I overheard a little accent. Didn't know very much whether it's the right accent or not, whether she's like me or from the same country. Anyway, we got to chat one day, and over the few months or so, it came actually out how we met properly, didn't it? Can you tell us a little bit more about it?
Well, what happened, I guess, I did go to Misha's class, and we're going to talk about this later, like how important it is to find the right kind of exercise and the right kind of, well, if you're going to gym, then the right class, like the right instructor, but obviously you can be working out from home. But we're going to talk about the fact that it's important to connect with the instructor. And I felt like I connected because she was funny. She was quite strict, which is what I like. She had a bit of an accent, so I thought, oh, she sounds like she's from my part of the world. I did, however, and I don't judge people, so it wasn't in a judging way, but I did come home and said to Molly, I thought, my instructor, you know, she's really good, she's fit and she's strong, but she appears to be slightly larger around this area. Only little did I know she was, I think, about 5 months pregnant at the time. And I take my hat off to her because, wow. And, you know, up until she was giving birth, she was lifting weights.
Yes, I was. It was good fun.
That was really amazing.
My
Misha.
plan was to give birth in the gym, but it didn't work out.
I am so grateful that didn't happen. That I cannot imagine that. I cannot. I wouldn't know what to do. But there you go. So, Misha, do you want to tell us a little bit about what classes you do, where you work?
Yeah, so I've been into fitness for quite some time. I've been working at the leisure centre mainly. Well, I've been there for 12 years.
Wow.
My passion when I started was spinning. Spinning was one of those things I just wanted to do forever. But then I discovered a little bit of body pump. And I thought, oh, there's something very, very good about body pump. So I absolutely fell in love with body pump. Been doing that for 5 years now, or 6 years already. And I've been spinning for 17 years. So
17 years.
Wow. 17 years. So I've been into fitness for quite some time because it just makes me feel so good. And I love making people feel good as well about themselves. It's not just about me, it's all about the people and whoever comes to my class. If they leave and they are smiling, that's all it matters.
Absolutely. You couldn't be more right about this. I remember I never used to do classes. I used to go to gym and just work out on my own. And then I thought, you know what, I'm going to try. And I remember you trying to push me. Yeah. Because I think you did a couple of classes which you realised isn't for you, but you said, I think that would be good for you, Jana. And I was like, oh. And sometimes that's all you need is that little bit of push from a friend, from your partner, from your mum, from your dad, whatever. And she pushed me and I was like, okay, I'll try this class. And I went and I thought, wow, that was hard. I did the body pump first. And Misha, I tell you what, I think I did probably about, and this is important for everybody to know, am I correct in saying that you can't go to a certain class and expect to do it all and be 100%?
Absolutely no way. No, it's all about learning, isn't it? It's not just come in and think, oh, I can do this. It's all about learning, and it's about connection to the instructor to make sure that they guide you through the class and not to feel, oh my goodness, I can't do it. They need to make you feel that you can do whatever you want to do in the class.
I think Misha spotted straight away in my first class that I wasn't going to do the whole thing, and I must have stopped so many times. I would say, honestly, I've probably done about 40% of what was in that class.
I would disagree.
Really?
I would disagree because I think you did much more than you think you've done.
Oh, okay.
And that's what
this
is from my point of view. I think you've done more than you think. Yeah.
See what I mean? You have got to choose the right instructor. She's so encouraging. Like, I'm bringing myself down, but she's picking me up. I can't tell you how that is important. And that she does that in the class as well. She's like, she'll have a go at you. Like, come on, what are you doing? Why are you standing? Come on, keep moving. But when you do something right, she'll be like, well done. And that's really nice. Yeah, so thank you for that. Okay. I don't think I ever said thank you.
I don't think you did, but there you go.
I still stand by the fact that I've probably only done about 50% of that class. That's how I felt. And you know, I felt a bit like, wow, I don't think I can do this. And next 3 days, I spent just
couldn't walk, couldn't sit down.
No.
But that's all part of it because you're using different muscles, don't you? So you probably haven't used those muscles before, so that's absolutely normal, natural reaction. And I've been there when I qualified because I haven't done one before. And goodness me, 2 days of training for body pump, I literally could not walk to the train station back to take the train back home. So yeah, I feel your pain.
I've got to say that really hurt, and I hope that. I'm sure there's people out there that are put off by the pain, but I think you need to embrace the pain and actually see it as a good pain, right?
Yeah, otherwise without it, you will never know whether you worked out or not. If there's no pain, how would you know that you worked that muscle? How would you know that that muscle actually did any work whatsoever? So you need to feel it. Everyone, has to feel it to actually believe that they've done something.
So I say, unless you feeling it, you're not working out hard enough.
Yes, I'd say yes.
Don't be shy.
Yes.
It is true. You have got to feel a little bit of discomfort and a little bit of pain.
Yeah.
Well, basically saying no pain, no gain. Right?
Absolutely, yeah, that's all I say.
There's such a satisfaction for me. We just went on holiday, we were walking. The next day you wake up and you've got tight calves and you feel like you've achieved something from the day before.
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely.
And I think this is important to highlight to people that if you can, do not give up, right? How do you overcome that though? How do you
Well, it's about the mental state. And again, if you are in a class, so if you are in a class, the instructor should motivate you and tell you not to stop because you don't need to stop. And I know it's hard sometimes not to stop. When you're on your own and do work on your, it is tough, but there should be the drive in your head saying, I can do this because anyone can do it. There's no such a thing as you cannot do something. And if you put your mind into it, you can achieve anything and you can definitely finish your workout.
Absolutely love that. There's no such a thing as you can't do it.
Absolutely.
And you always say that in the class, and I love that because there has been times when I'm like, I literally can't lift this anymore, and like I'm sweating, I'm hurting, and you go, Jana, come on, you can do it. And I do it.
Yeah, and also when you are in the class, you look at around and there are still people doing it. So you are more likely to do it. But again, it's about the positivity in your head. And you know, I know people going through lots of different struggles in their life, but if this is the one thing they can achieve, they finish their workout or they finish their walk or their bike ride, that's all it matters.
Yeah. Absolutely. The feeling, am I right in saying that? The feeling afterwards, the endorphins, don't they make you feel good?
Just make you feel so happy.
They do. I always, like, you know, we all get that. I definitely get a feeling of like, you know, I can't be bothered to get dressed and go to the gym. But when I do,
oh yeah, but even myself, I get that. As a fitness instructor, there are days which I think, oh, really, do I have to? But once I'm there, it all kind of goes away, and I was like, this is actually what I want to do, and I feel so much better when I do that. So much better.
Incredible. It's exactly what it is. Also, like, what I would like to talk about is like, we've all got this idea of a perfect like instructor or a personal trainer. I know you don't do personal training anymore, but you know, as an instructor, do you feel like there is that idea of like people come in and they expect this instructor to be like this six-packed, amazingly fit person?
Absolutely. When you look at any magazines, when you look in the TV, that's the image they've been feeding us for years. And I look at me. I don't look like
You're gorgeous, absolutely beautiful.
But I don't have a six-pack. I have 2 children. I do like my food as well. Okay, but the way I can exercise, the way I can lift the weights and make me strong, I'm strong. I can feel it if I do. I don't know. I need to pick up a wardrobe because we just moved into a new house. That's all it matters. I am strong. I can do what I want to do, and that's what makes me feel better. And also, if I have to run after the kids, my heart pumping, I can do that.
Exactly.
I think it makes you more relatable as well to people maybe coming to the gym for the first time. Maybe they want to lose a bit of weight. Sometimes if you go into a really super fit or super slim instructor, you think, actually, am I going to be able to reach that?
And you just give up, don't you?
Yeah, but that's the stepping stones, isn't it? You need to get yourself somewhere, so you need to start a little bit, and then you can achieve a little bit more as you go on.
Absolutely love that, and exactly. And I think that's what made me connect to you, because you want this person with six packs and a really like top of the form person. And I was like, but she was so strong, and like literally she put this weight on and started squatting, and I was like less than 50% of the weight she had on, and I couldn't do it.
I was pregnant.
And she was pregnant,
And that's the thing about the misconceptions we have when we look at people and we think, oh, actually, they maybe don't have a really flat stomach, so they must not be strong. But actually, it doesn't make everybody's different.
Yes.
Body image, isn't it? Like we look at people and we judge them straight away. And I say we, like, I think we all do to a point, because I did come home and said, well, I thought she was a little bit round around the edge. I didn't say something.
Well, it's a human thing, isn't it, to judge someone on appearance, and I think we then have to stop ourselves.
Yes, but no, like I'm not ashamed of that, because I said it in the best way, in the nicest way possible.
Yeah.
Like I said, I just don't understand, but like maybe like there's a reason for that. So it could be a health issue or whatever. And of course, well, it wasn't a health issue. It was the fact that you were like God knows how many 20 months pregnant. But no, body image, absolutely. Do not be put away if you go to the gym, if you're doing a workout with an instructor, just because of that they don't have a six-pack. Doesn't mean they're not good instructor, because this one, I'm telling you, she is hot. Honestly, you will love her class if you do. And
that means a lot when people say that to me. Yeah.
And I know it does. And Nisha, what other classes do you do? Remind us.
So spinning, as I said, body pump, CX.
I love
it's
CX.
all about
Absolutely.
the core, and not just, you know, you say core and you think, oh, it's just the sit-ups or it's plank, and there's all a different variety of exercises you can do actually for your core. Standing with a band, with elbow band, whatever you want to do. It is fantastic because core is obviously very, very important piece
It's probably the most
well,
important.
it is, I would say, the most important. It holds you up, and everything comes from core. So it needs to be strong, it needs to be good, and this is a fantastic exercise.
And I've got to say, obviously, I've done body pump with Misha, and that nearly killed me. But I carried on. I did it for 3 years, and you know, I'm going to go back to it now. The gyms are opening. So I've got a little bit injury here and there, but yeah, that's amazing. Spinning. Well, I was a smoker when I started, and you hate it.
I remember
You hated that.
as Jana came to my spinning class, and then what did you do after you finished?
Lit up a cigarette.
I could not get over that fact at all.
To be honest, in the class, I struggled. It was painful. It did hurt.
But you overcome that, and you were coming. And how much better did you get?
Not very much because I stopped.
Yeah, but even those few classes you've done, every class,
definitely.
you feel like you could go further and you can put more resistance on.
Absolutely, 100%. But then I realised I can't do this. This is just not good enough for me. I have to stop smoking to be able to do it properly because it was just hurting too much. I felt like I wasn't doing it properly, so I did stop.
Yeah, you did. So I'm very proud of that.
And actually, after stopping, was possibly the first time you made it through a whole class.
Absolutely. I mean, it took a while. I stopped the spinning, then I stopped smoking, and then restarted the spinning again. And oh my God, the difference was absolutely amazing. And I remember Misha's face just like, oh my God, that's so much better. And I'm like, that made me feel good.
I was seriously worried about you. The first class you came of spinning, and I'm thinking, I don't think she's going to make it through, but you did. And look at you now.
Yeah. All very important, and I think I realised that it's more important to me to be healthy and have a healthy body rather than do some annoying habit as you know smoking is, because it is not good. So if you're smokers, please do stop smoking now. I recommend it. And I smoked, guys. I smoked for 20 years. Yeah, you know. Yeah. And you know, like I've got to say, you did help me to do it because I remember you nagged me with like
that. Yeah,
but you really did nag me.
Yeah, because I know how much more you could do without it.
Yeah,
you know, I know what it does to you. But this is my problem, no problem. Maybe a problem, maybe anything. Because I know how your body works inside out and what those things do to you. So why would you do that?
Yeah, I know. Now I understand.
People again have different, you know, things. They're going through, so they
absolutely.
But yeah,
absolutely. Anyway, also she does the CX as she mentioned, and that's something I absolutely love, and that's something you can do at home. You don't need much equipment other than the band. Misha can show you the band. You use in a CX class. You can use that online Google. Station. I don't know if I can mention it about that one. This is the band.
Anything like that with handles. It's quite important.
This is obviously Les Mills, but you don't need to have Les Mills. Any band
with handles will do. But even if you don't have handles, you can still do the exercises too.
Guys, I swear by it. Misha likes her weights.
I do love my weights and I do love the cardio, but I do it because it's so important. As I was talking earlier. Core is everything. So yeah, and it's good. It's fantastic. Yeah.
And we will show you some exercises that you can do. If you, unfortunately, we've been through a really tough time, haven't we, with the COVID, and you know, things are starting to open and gyms are starting to open, but not everyone can afford to go back to gyms. So.
Yeah, absolutely. A lot of situations have changed, haven't they? And we were talking before we started here about your own situation during lockdown. Maybe share with us a little bit about how it felt suddenly not being able to go to work.
Yeah, so well, exercise to me is everything, and it makes me feel very, very happy. It's my job. That's all I do. I don't do any other job. This is my job. I love it. Besides, I look after my children.
A little bit of that too.
So
and husband.
And when lockdown hit, and I realized that everything's gonna be shut, and it's coming back to that, exercise and going to the gym is not just about the exercise, it's about the social side as well. It's very important to me. So I'm a very sociable person, love my exercise. And then lockdown hit, and I realized I won't be able to do any of those things with all my friends, and have to do it on my own. And I hit a little bit of a bottom, and actually stopped doing everything for quite some time because I did not feel motivated in anything at all.
Yeah.
So it really affected my mental health as well. I slipped to a thing. I don't want to do anything. I just want to sit and eat. But I realized that's not me. And I need to get out of it because otherwise it'll be a very slippery slope. So unfortunately, it did affect me quite badly. I've lost all my motivation. I didn't want to do anything, but then I thought, nah, Misha, that's not you. Let's do something. So I picked myself up as hard as it was and just started doing it.
What helped you to pick yourself up?
I think it was the realization of how I felt. I felt lethargic, I felt awful, I felt tired, and I knew because I wasn't doing the exercise, I wasn't getting my endorphins. So I thought, I don't want to feel like that. And that's how lots of people feel when they don't do exercise. And I thought, actually, I hate feeling that way because when you exercise, it's funny enough, it actually gives you energy.
Yeah.
You might not feel it necessarily straight away, but after you feel so much more energized. And that's what I needed. I needed it, so I picked myself up. Somehow, I can't even tell you how.
Did anyone help you? You know, did you have people in your life that kind of pushed you to it, or you just realised yourself that that's what you can do?
I think I realised myself, obviously my friends as well, but we were kind of in the same situation, and I kind of stepped away from my friends a little bit as well because I wasn't talking to too many people because I just literally something happened in my head and I stopped. And I thought, this is not who I am. I don't want to be like this. So I picked myself up and made me feel so much better. I started to talk to people again, to my friends, started to message it a little bit more. So probably myself a little bit, and obviously my children as well. Luckily, we were able to go out a lot, so that was my exercise. But it wasn't enough.
It's not enough.
What I was doing.
When you do the classes the way you do them,
it wasn't enough.
Couldn't have been enough. Absolutely. So how did you start? Like, obviously, you couldn't go to gym. You probably.
So I was lucky enough to be able to go for a walk with the kids or run around, but I was also lucky enough to have my equipment. So I had my body pump equipment, my CX band, and a little bit of outdoor space. So I was lucky enough to do that, but obviously you don't have to have equipment to do that. I did a little bit of HIIT session a few times as well, which you don't need any equipment whatsoever. So you don't need that. I was fortunate enough to be able to do that with all my equipment.
So the HIIT exercises, is it high intensity interval training? I've done a few of those online, and they are hard, but they're good. And you don't have to do them for an hour.
No, you can 20 minutes. It's 20 minutes. Sometimes it's all you need.
Exactly. So, and you can find them online. Misha used to do classes. I don't know if she will again, but
Insanity.
Yeah, Insanity.
Yeah,
I've never done it, and I'm glad I didn't.
And Insanity again, it's a high intensity interval training, and I qualified to be instructor because I loved it, because you don't need any equipment whatsoever. You just need your body weight. You just need a little bit of space. It doesn't even have to be a big space. We used to do it with my husband in a lounge, and it really. The exercise.
She cleared that up.
Yeah, so it doesn't have to be long, half an hour if you want to, or even less.
Yeah, like Joe Wicks. I did some exercises with Joe Wicks, and I did 20 minutes, and I had my heart pumping, and I feel, and correct me if I'm wrong again, to do that as a sort of warm up your body and kind of get your heart pumping for 15 to 20 minutes, and then just do a little bit of weightlifting. Surely that even if you do 30 minutes, so you've got 20 minutes of high intensity exercise and then 10 minutes. Do you think that's going to make a difference to someone's body?
Yeah.
That's what I do.
I think it's really important with the Insanity and like Joe Wicks and that again, is that you can do things at home without any equipment. So,
and it's not about quantity, it's about quality. Yeah. So it doesn't need to be crazy long exercise. As long as you do it properly and it's done well, it can be 20 minutes.
So I hope you heard that, Andy. That's her husband. It's not about the quantity, it's about the quality. That's what Misa Simpson's here is telling you people. And bear that in mind.
Anyway, everything.
absolutely. Well done, Andy. Anyway, I forgot what I wanted to say. I put myself off there.
Well, shall I go? So I was going to say about the fact that we're all different. We all have different bodies, and they all react differently to exercise. So if it's somebody that maybe hasn't exercised before and they're getting into something, what's the most important thing, I suppose, to think about how your body's going to change and how you're going to lose weight?
Well, the thing you need to think of is like, what do you want to achieve? And you need to take little steps, because people will go, oh, I want to look like that, or I want to be 5 stone lighter than I was. That's not achievable. You need to start in really small steps and to achieve them, because otherwise it comes to a massive disappointment. So set yourself tiny goals, and once you achieve them, you're going to feel so good that you want to carry on. So small goals is very important because they're achievable. If you set yourself a huge goal, you don't achieve that, because most normal people or any people really won't, if you go to a massive length, unless you're training for marathons, triathlons, whatever. Small steps and get to them slowly. It's not going to happen overnight. It's a long process, and you have to kind of set your mind to it as well. And it's not all about the exercise. It's about healthy living as well. So it's very important to have the both together, a little bit of healthy living and a little bit of exercise.
Yeah, that's what we were saying. There's no point just exercising if you're only going to eat an unhealthy diet.
Yeah.
It's got to be your fruit and vegetables and your vitamins.
Yeah, it's very important. But when we get to that point, all in moderation. So we live on this planet just once, don't we?
We do, exactly. And all three of us here on site, we all like to have good food, and occasionally drink. We enjoy that. So we do exercise and try to keep fit so we can have that nice food and extra cake and a glass or bottle of wine.
Yeah, exactly. Everything in moderation.
Absolutely.
And it comes to exercise, it comes to eating, it comes to socializing or anything. Everything in moderation is very important. Because if you cut something completely out, you'll only be craving it.
I think that's a really important point, isn't it? If you try to cut sugar completely or cut crisps, you're just going to crave them. And
then you're just going to, then one day you just crumble and you just go, oh, I'm just going to stuff my face, which I do.
That's okay, we're allowed a blowout as well.
So. Exactly, we're only humans, right?
Absolutely.
I only, last night, I worked night shift, but I realised, I haven't had anything sweet for like 3 days, like no biscuit, no chocolate, and it wasn't intentional. I was like, I'm really craving something. Oh, I opened those Skittles. Oh, did I have the whole bag? No, I didn't.
I hope not.
I have the bag.
You come for me.
But you know what? I didn't feel too bad about it because I did a little bit of workout. Not enough. I'm nowhere near enough as I used to. Now the gyms are opening. I will do more. But it's not just that. No.
But again, you did a little bit. But that's more than nothing. It's
exactly.
That's more than
And that's really important. So I felt like, yes, I'm having all that extra sugar, but I did a workout, so it kind of levels itself.
I think we're really good at beating ourselves up because we never. It's really hard to work off all the calories we eat in a day, and actually we don't have to work them all off, do we? And we beat ourselves up that we've had the extra chocolate bar, the extra bag of crisps, and we put ourselves backwards. But we're still doing well as long as you're doing some kind of physical activity. You can build on that.
Yeah, exactly. Or correct it. The next day you're gonna have a few more carrots or a few more broccoli. It's quite important not to beat yourself all the time about what you've done, because you've done it. It's done, and there's no reason to beat yourself up.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because it's only gonna make you feel much worse. So that's it's not. Yeah, it's not important to beat yourself. It's not that.
It's not a healthy attitude, is it?
So be it.
Exactly. So you're going to show us perhaps some exercises.
I'm
you're going
happy to
show us some exercises without equipment. So people that can't go to the gym and have a little bit of space at home. You don't need massive space at home, right?
No.
For the exercise that she's going to show you. I think she wants me to assist, so I might just
nominated Jana.
That brings me on on the age thing, right? I am now 40 plus, and the body changes. it changes, and it's quite hard to get your head around it, because it's like, you know, I used to work out and I was fine, but now I'm working out and it's kind of like, it's not quite going away. It's not quite firm enough. But so I either need to eat a little bit more healthy, or I need to exercise a bit more. You know,
maybe a bit of both.
Yeah, and maybe a bit of
But I think it's that realization, isn't it?
Exactly.
Is
But
that
also your metabolism slows down a little bit when you get older. So again, it's not about beating yourself. As long as you do enough, it's important.
Especially if you're a woman. And you know, this is why, like, you know, rather than like hate yourself for it, embrace it. And I'm kind of trying to start to love my little bumps and lumps and all that, because that's really important, isn't it? You've got to love your body.
Yeah, and I think that it can take a long time, and especially for women, you know, our bodies are constantly changing as we go through, you know, either pregnancy or age, menopause.
Absolutely.
And it's that readjustment to our new
Yes.
bodies. I mean, our bodies are the most powerful thing we have.
Absolutely.
They do so much for us, and I don't think we always treat them and appreciate them quite as we should.
You're absolutely spot on there.
Yeah, exactly. So don't beat yourself up. Love your body, which is what we're trying to do. You said something interesting to me today about being slightly shorter than the average female. Do you want to explain, Molly?
Yeah, I think if any of you have seen me before or you know me, you'll know that I'm about 5 feet. And I've always struggled with that, because actually you're never really seen as the sexy, beautiful woman, because you're never going to have the long, slim legs. I mean, Jana, you know, bless her, she thinks, thankfully, I found somebody that does. But you can eat a little bit, and actually it makes a lot of difference to somebody that's maybe 5'5", 5'6", and they can absorb it into their body easier. Whereas when you're small, you've got nowhere to hide, and it's, you know, you can carry a little bit of weight, and actually it can quite easily put you over into that sort of BMI that goes into the overweight, even though
Which is what you wear when I met you, definitely.
actually, I think I was bordering a little bit more on the obese, which is not a good thing. But you know, sometimes life, you know, if you're not happy, you're not feeling motivated to go out and do exercise.
And also there's emotional eating, isn't there?
Yeah.
And there's people who will not eat anything when they are emotionally down or whatever's happening in their life, they will stop eating.
Yeah.
Or there will be people like me who, whatever's happening, stress, emotions, I overeat.
I think we are the same.
And it's tough, but again, as you said, all in moderation. When you know you've done it, you're just gonna correct it in there.
And I think we've said so many times before when we've been chatting that actually there's no time to not start exercising. You know, we've had times in our lives when we've had to give up exercise. I broke my foot a few years ago playing tennis, ironically, and then couldn't work, couldn't garden, couldn't play tennis for maybe 6 months. You still go back to it. If you love it and you want to do it, there's never a point where you can say,
and if you've never done it before, it doesn't matter. Quick example, I had a guy who was 70 years old who came to my spinning class. He was 70 and he was diagnosed with diabetes. So he wanted to do something about it to make him feel better and not to be able to, you know, be able to do everything. So he came to my spinning class when he was 70 years old.
wow,
He's 80. Unfortunately, he's not regular at the moment, but he's spun with me for 10 years.
Amazing.
So from 70 to 80. So there's no point in life you can't say, oh, it's too late. No way.
It's never too late. That's what Misha says. Absolutely. I love that. So many good things you said to that. I absolutely agree with, and I absolutely loved having you on the show.
Thank you very much. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you. And you know, also what I really want to say that's important is thank you for being such an amazing friend. And also
you to me as well. You both of you.
Oh, thank you. We try our best, right? She's had me building a few IKEA furniture in this house, I'll tell you what. Slave driver in the gym and at home. Anyway, thank you also for being such an amazing LGBTQ plus ally, because that's important to us. Like, you're not just a friend, but you're actually someone that just embraces who we are and what we do. And you prove that by, you know, like following us on online, not alone,
watching your cooking,
cooking.
Coming to Pride last year.
Did you learn anything on that cooking?
I'd like to say yes. Never try anything, so
oh,
I just like
fair enough.
Kind of give me ideas, and after yes, I'm gonna do it.
She doesn't like cooking. She will exercise. She'll make you sweat. She will not cook for you. I said that right at the beginning.
We can't do everything, can we?
I think. Yeah.
I do cook for my children. I do.
Oh,
feed my
I
children.
mean, they're not starving, they're beautiful. I mean, if Toby was around, Toby, he'd come and prove that. Although he's quite skinny, bless him.
It's just, yeah, it's not one of my passions. I cook because we have to eat. We have to fill our bodies. But yeah.
There he is.
Say
Look at him.
hi.
Ah, that's
Yeah,
Toby.
that's
That's her older son.
Yes, the little one is in bed.
So I think you're a good footballer, I hear. Yeah. What position do we play? Okay.
That's quite important, right? Fabulous. He's good. That's why he's not skinny. He's just fit. He's fit. He eats a lot. This kid. I just watched him earlier. Like he loaded his plate with stuff. Honestly, he eats a lot. He's just fit because he runs around burning it off. Yeah. Good. Would you say your mum is a good instructor?
Yeah, because she came to quite a few of my classes as well as a little child. I didn't have any child gauges at the corner.
I remember
So she
seeing
came to
him. It's
fitness
so cute.
sometimes as well when I was trying to do something sometimes. We're quite good at that.
No, that's a good kid. You have got amazing kids, and that's why I wanted to say it's like you bring them up, respecting everyone and everything, and you brought little Oscar to our Pride last year, didn't you? What was your experience?
You came to the parade in town?
The parade, but not to the park. Am I right?
No.
Yeah, that's right. So you did come. Both of your boys came to our Pride. How did you feel about that? Was that okay for you and the boys?
Absolutely. I don't.
You enjoyed
I
it?
enjoyed it, and we don't make any differences, do we? He said to me actually when it was about racism and everything else that it doesn't matter whether you are whatever color or whatever race, as long as you are kind, that's what it matters, didn't you? And that's what I'm trying to teach them because it's very important to me as well. I hate when people make any differences with anything. I absolutely really do not like that. We are all human beings. Whichever way you decide to go, it does not matter to me at all.
Beautiful. I think we need to end on this, and you have done it right because both of your boys are just amazing.
And they don't even think about it, do they?
Yeah.
I've got quite a few people in whatever situation or whatever. Yeah. It is very important to me. I don't like differences or making differences or making people feel less human or less appreciated, really.
Good. I mean, we done by Pride. We good? We okay? We okay, Molly? Auntie Molly and Auntie Jana.
Oh gosh, I need to Oscar. When is Molly and Jana coming?
Oh my God! They always say Oscar's cute. We don't call this one cute because he likes to be cool, not cute. At that age, you don't want to be cute. But they are both adorable and cute, and we just love knowing those two boys. So. Good stuff, and thank you, Misa.
I'm ready for the exercise.
I don't know.
I
know I'm really comfortable off.
You can't put it off.
I feel like my pelvic floor might struggle here.
I'm just gonna get it ready. So yeah.
Absolutely incredible. We're back with them in a short while to go through some top tips from Misa Simpson. Now let's cross over to an amazing performance of his song Down to the River. It's Johnny Mac.
I fell in love with a girl, wasn't you? Down to the river in search of the truth. If you dance with the devil, you know you're gonna lose. Don't think that I'm such a fool. Down to the river, down to the river, down to the river of love. Down to the river, got nothing in my pocket, ain't got jack, oh Lord, I gotta stop it. I finally found myself, I'm free. Down to the river of love. 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 Down to the river, down to the river, down to the river of love. Burned by the sun, now the water tastes so sweet. Thought I was done, here I stand, I'm on my feet. Now I found the one who feels so damn complete. Was drowning, but now I can breathe. Down to the river, down to the river, down to the river of love. Down to the river, got nothing in my pocket, ain't got jack, oh Lord, I gotta stop it. I finally found myself, I'm free. Down to the river of love. 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 Down to the river, down to the river, down to the river of love. Walking down the road to nowhere, I got no shoes and my heart is laid bare. The rules are written, they're only hidden, now I can finally see. Down to the river, got nothing in my pocket, ain't got jack, oh Lord, I gotta stop it. I finally found myself, I'm free. Down to the river of love. 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 Down to the river, down to the river, down to the river of love. Now I'm going down to the river. Down to the river of love. Down to the river of love. Down to the river of love. Down to the river, down to the river, down to the river of love.
Johnny Mac, Pride in Surrey's friend and, of course, allied to the community. That was his amazing track, Down to the River. Don't forget you can tune in to Trans Radio UK Proud Show, 11 till 1 on Mondays. Come and join me there. It's absolutely fantastic. If you've got something to talk about or share, then get in contact with us, proud@prideinsurrey.org. Amazing. This photo here is some of the core team meeting online to plan Pride on the Road. Yes, we'll be coming to a town near you on the 8th and 9th of August. To find out more, prideinsurrey.org/on the road. Ooh, what's Misa doing on the floor there?
Oscar! Yeah.
Sorry, I've got to see that again. What's going on here?
Oscar! Yeah.
Absolutely bonkers. Misa Simpson, are you ready? Let's get ready to, well, sweat those Maltesers off by the looks of it.
Some of the exercise, well, I'll show you some without any equipment, which anyone can do at home. And then we can actually chat a little bit about the equipment if we wanted to. Okay?
Okay.
So we start. You're going to do some squats?
Yeah.
While I'm doing some press-ups. Okay?
Okay.
So, you ready to go?
Yes, absolutely.
So you squat. Remember how to squat while I'm doing some
I'm
push-ups.
going to try to remember.
There you go. Let's
Okay,
go.
there we go.
Squatting.
So I have to do 15 of these.
Now you just squatting while I'm working out.
Okay.
Okay, so I do 2 exercises.
Do you want to explain the difference between the press-ups that are on your knees and press-ups?
Right, so press-ups on the knees obviously is for someone who are not quite ready to do them on their toes. But obviously very important to get your chest nice and low and working your chest.
She will shout at you in her class for sure. Get that chest down, your boots on the floor.
So that was your upper body for me and next for you.
And next for me.
You carry on doing that while I'm doing some core exercises, which is some easy peasy lemon squeezy crunches. Okay?
And I'll carry on with my squat.
So you can either come all the way up, and if you're quite not there yet, just a little crunch where you're keeping your shoulders.
So doing a little crunch, you're still working your abs, right?
Yeah.
Whereas with what I'm doing, sorry, the squat, obviously I can use different positions, the wider and the
Yes.
closer. So I'm going to go a bit wider.
When you do the squat, when you are in a wider stance, you're focusing more on your glutes and your side. And when you are in the narrower squat, you're focusing more on your quads.
Oh, that's really hard.
And still in those exercises, you're keeping your core nice and tight. Right. Next ones are lunges for you. And some tricep dips for me.
Tricep dips is something I absolutely hate. It hurts like hell, and she's so good at it. She could do bloody 100. I can't do it.
So you can do it on the floor, or you can obviously do it on the bench if you wanted to. I'm gonna do them on the floor.
I didn't know you can do them. Oh, that's something I'm gonna learn.
There you go.
Of course, you don't need a step.
You don't need anything. You make sure that you bend in your elbows, try and do your back of your arm. Nice lunges there. If you want to make it harder, you can pop your leg one up.
That is sharp. Look
That's
at that.
amazing.
Her tricep is so strong. She can do that for hours. So do you want to just talk people through the lunges as well?
Yes, so the lunges, as you can see, can you go a little bit sideways? Again, so working your legs, not only, of course, all your glutes, but also your calves there. You have to make sure that everything is 90 degrees, though, so that's very important because you will see people kind of doing something like this. So this form is the spot on when you go 90 degrees in your knees.
And then obviously you want to swap your legs and do it the other way. You really feel that.
Yeah. And make sure that everything you do, your core is tight and your chest is upright. Okay, so it's very, very important. Yeah, perfect. Right, there's another really good exercise for kind of all of your body, and it's called walkaways. So I'm going to do that while you're not doing some squat pulses, maybe. So again, different type of squat. Walk away is when you start standing up nicely. I don't know if you can try with me. Leg straight, you bend forwards, and you walk yourself all the way there. You do a little press, and then you walk all the way up.
Okay, how about you do 5 of those?
Keep your legs as straight as possible. If you can't, obviously you can bend your legs a little bit more. So you're working kind of all over your body. Okay, have you done your squat pulses?
No, I was thinking if you do 5, I can do. Okay.
So you can go as slow or as fast as you want to.
And this is your different exercise for squatting, and it's just not doing a full squat. You just
keep in a small range of movement where you get a kick for your quads.
And
quite nice.
Okay, so
not only my walkaways give me a little bit of a hard kick, those squat pulses should have as well. So you always working your heart, which is very, very important.
I like that. Walk away. Okay.
Walk away.
Yeah,
Very
I like
important.
that. That's very good. What do you want to do next, boss?
Right, I'm gonna show you a perfect exercise, probably the last one. Then I don't know if you want to. You can do squat pulses.
Okay.
You can do.
Yeah. I can do the wide ones.
Squat jumps.
Squat. Okay. Yeah. I can
Squat
do that.
jumps. Well, I'm doing a very simple exercise, which is called plank.
Yeah.
Love plank.
Oh, Misha loves
It
plank.
gets your core. I love plank. There's so many different variations, but I'm going to show you the easiest one, where you can actually do it. So we come down, hold it on your hands because it's much easier, because elbows sometimes get quite knackered. But it's nice and down, core is tight, and you just hold it for as long as possible. It could be 5 seconds, could be 10 seconds, could be 5 minutes if you are up there. Okay? It gets your shoulders, it gets your core, it gets your back, it gets your butt as well.
So what's the difference between doing it on your hands and doing it on your elbow?
Not much at all.
Okay.
It's not much preference. I prefer it here because I had a little accident on my bike and my elbow just can't take it. But there's not much different. You're still working your core anyway. But as I said, there's so many different variations. But this is the simplest, the easiest one you can do.
Meanwhile, I did 5 squat jumps and I am dying.
I think the plank is a really good one, isn't it? Because it really works your core. You can
feel it straight away. Okay, but you need to make sure that you are literally like a plank of wood. Right.
I love how these little exercises with no equipment, they really get your heart going. And I think it's all about once you get your heart pumping, everything starts working and burning and that's just I've done 5 of those. Oh, I really am good.
Well, let's show some exercises the band as Jana loves this thing.
It is my absolute favorite. I love weights. I love the weight bar. I love lifting, whatever. But not everyone's got a place where they can store that. Like we live in a 1-bedroom flat. We can't have that. Yeah. I have some ways at work. So on my downtime, I can do a bit of workout. But really, this is the only thing I can use at home. And I swear by it. Absolutely love it. You can do so much with it. Do you want to show us some?
Well, yeah. So mainly we use it for core, but there's not. Oh, you've got one as well. When you think core, you think crunches, you think plank. maybe some Superman, whatever, to get your back. But this is all about a different exercise. So ones I really like are when you kind of step in the band.
You do side, I can do front.
Yeah. Cross the handles.
It's so hard.
And put them there.
Oh, love it.
One leg forward, and all you do is step in and out. And that then gets your glutes and gets your lower back as well. But when you do that and keeping your chest upright, it strengthens your core, because the core has to work really, really hard to keep your eyes upright and keep you stable. There's one great exercise we used to do. Do you remember walking to the side?
Oh my god, it is absolutely brilliant. And like after 20 seconds of this, I was dying.
Yeah.
Because remember, you do it towards the end, maybe, or halfway through, and you can really feel that. So all that put in sort of pressure on, and
yeah. So it's all kind of the resistance.
That's
so
it.
you're resistant against something, which gets your muscles working much harder when you're resistant against anything. So they could be a side tap as well, which is quite tough for your hips. Obviously, your hip flexor get into it as well.
I absolutely love that, yeah, because you can really feel that. It's not just you lifting or moving your leg, you're actually moving it against the resistance, right?
Yeah.
So your muscles are, working so much harder.
This is a bit like using weights at the machines at the gym, really, isn't it? That is resistance.
That's why I love it. Yeah. You'll need the weights, and this, you can load it up like you can in the gym, right?
Yeah.
But the resistance on some of these is pretty amazing.
Yeah, so another important bit for that is your back. Back is very important. And there's so many exercises you can do. My favorite one, which is an absolute killer, when you step into the band and you just lift in one arm,
so hard,
then the other, and then both as well. Okay, so you go up and down, and then just open it up. So that's really, really tough as well.
You can really see that working your shoulders as well.
So you can integrate a little from workout around and back in.
I mean, that you so feel in your shoulders,
because it's pulling you down. So the gravity as well. So it's pulling you down. So you're working your shoulders.
If I hold this any longer, I will start shaking because of the resistance that it's putting on. Love it. Absolutely love this, guys. Invest money into this.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And again, if you don't want any more, there's one more equipment which you can use, which is a good old kettlebell. One tiny thing doing hundreds of other things.
Yeah, I've never used one.
Yeah, you can do swings.
And I was thinking
to shoulder presses. So there's, lots of different things. So again, one little bell.
And you can do so much with it, right?
Absolutely.
Thank you.
No worries. You're more than welcome.
That was lovely. I'll let you go. So this week, the gyms are reopening.
They are.
Are you excited?
Very, very excited. I'm going back on Tuesday. A little bit nervous, a little bit excited, but can't wait to see the faces. Can't wait to make people a little bit happy.
Oh, if you're lucky, you're going to see my face in the class.
I hope so.
You never know. There she is. Also, if you wanted to see some exercises by someone that's not very coordinated, bless her, she struggles, but she doesn't know which way to go. But it's okay. We're teaching her. She's doing good. Molly's fit. She does gardening, every day, so she's fit.
In my defense, it's about finding the exercise that works for you, and I'm not very well coordinated. Have a go. I have to say I'm a big lover of yoga, body balance, Pilates. They're my kind of go-to things. I've had a go at the pump, but yeah, my body is not built for weightlifting and stuff at the moment. So, but the resistance bands, I think, are a really good idea.
Absolutely, yeah. You'll be able to do that. Yeah.
I think anyone can do that.
Anyone can do anything. Even just if you go for a walk and do some silly bunny hops or run really silly to make you happy. That's all the methods.
I think we can end on this.
Absolutely,
I love that. Thank you, Misha. Thank you.
It's been a pleasure. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And to talk to you.
Thank you to Toby.
Yes.
Lovely seeing you.
Cool. Absolutely perfect. Well, we hope that you got some inspiration from that, and if you haven't done anything before, then there's something you can take away. And like we say, it's never too late to start something.
Absolutely. Where are you, Molly? There you are.
There I am.
So we just want to say thank you for watching tonight. It's been good to have Misha to talk to you about how she really feels and how we all really feel. It's not been easy, and it's not been easy for anyone. We're all in the same boat.
Yeah, absolutely. We've all had our struggles.
Exactly. So keep it up, keep strong, and keep working out.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
How incredible is the Pride in Surrey team, and of course all of the guests that have been joining us. Misa, thank you so much. Wow, I'm blown away every single time things come into me. I'm just like, wow, this is incredible. Right, don't forget, please stay local, stay safe, and shop in Surrey. And remember to wear your face coverings and masks, but also be courteous of others, because there are some people that have exemption reasons, and we should be recognising that. Recently, we have confirmed that Bethel Christian Assembly have been evicted from Shalford Village Hall, and this week it was announced that Barclays Bank have dropped them as their bank account. Fantastic, but it also goes to show how powerful Pride is, because Pride is still a protest, and we will not be silenced. Of course, number 10, we're still keeping an eye on you, Liz Truss and Boris Johnson, surrounding the GRA consultation. Please do not let that be in vain. We need to support the lives of our trans, non-binary and intersex siblings. Likewise, conversion therapy still needs to be made illegal. It's got too much damaging effects on mental health and well-being, and therefore it needs to go. Boris Johnson, Liz Truss, make it happen as promised in the agendas a number of years ago from Theresa May. And finally, PrEP. It's so important that PrEP is rolled out to the LGBTQ+ community to protect the lives of individuals going forward and to stop the spread of HIV. The government announced a £5 million cut in the budget towards the rollout, and that seems to be delayed. Again, number 10, what's going on? Let us know and keep us updated. Right, thank you so much for tuning in to Not Alone Live. This has been an incredible show. As always, thank you, and remember, you are not alone. The UK final of Pride Stars Home Edition is now live on YouTube. Go and watch it now, please. And go and download the Pride Stars app. Vote for your favourite, like Eurovision. And you never know, a UK entrant may end up being in the grand final. You'll also see me over there, so go over there now. Join us. It's pridestars.com. Search on YouTube for Pride Stars.